Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Nurse Washington, Your Skin Nurse podcast. I'm your host, Stacy Washington, licensed esthetician, registered nurse, and CEO of Exubian Wellness and Acne Clinic, located here in the beautiful city of Fayetteville, North Carolina. And that's just a little introduction for those of you that haven't had the opportunity to meet me just yet. Today's episode, we're going to discuss hyaluronic acid. And the reason for that being the subject for today is stemming from an event that we had maybe about 2 weeks ago. And during that event, oh my goodness, the guests were very excited. They were extremely attentive, and they had lots of great questions just in terms of certain products and ingredients and product application and the timing of when those products should be applied to the skin within their skincare routine regimen. So I thought about that over the last couple of weeks and decided that I would dedicate this particular episode going back to hyaluronic acid, and I'm going to share a bit directly from our blog site of our website, which is www.YourSkinNurse.com. A lot of times I know people will get on the website and just kind of look specifically for the services and read a little bit about me and look at the before and after photos. But when we created the website, we were very intentional in wanting to make sure that we offered education. As you know, that is one of my main reasons for doing what I do. If I'm not able to pass that information along and help you to become more empowered, then likely you won't see the success of your skincare routine and regimen because you're just kind of grasping at things in the air. So be sure when you have a little bit of time to just scoot on over to www.YourSkinNurse.com and take a read over some of the information I have there on the blog pages. They're very informative, very helpful, and they're actually a very easy read. It's not extremely lengthy, but enough to make sure that you leave that site very informed and aware of what it is that we're training you on or teaching you about. So we're going to jump right into it, but hyaluronic acid is an incredible ingredient. And of course, you know, with a lot of the various commercials that you will see on TV, you'll hear the buzz hyaluronic acid, hyaluronic acid. So what I want to make sure today that I cover with you in depth is letting you know what hyaluronic acid is, how you would apply it to the skin, and the benefits that it has to offer on the skin once it's on the skin. And of course, we have a demonstration here of one of our products that actually has hyaluronic acid in it. So hyaluronic acid itself is actually already in the body, believe it or not. And you'll find that with some of the ingredients that we use in our products. We try to use things that the body is already familiar with so that, one, it doesn't create a defense against it. It's a recognizable agent, so it will be much more inviting in terms of your acid mantle, allowing certain products and ingredients to be absorbed by the skin because it's already identified as a safe agent to the skin or within the body. So it's particularly a product that in the skincare realm, people just think of it as something to apply to the skin or to the face. But what I want to make sure that I bring to your attention is that it's more than that. It is actually found within your body. And it's naturally occurring in areas of your eyes and joints and within the skin itself. So you want to make sure with hyaluronic acid whenever you're utilizing it, that you understand it requires a transporter, I would say. That's probably the word I would use, a transporter, or a vehicle. It requires a vehicle to gain access into the skin. Otherwise, it will just set on the surface of the skin. But one of its or two of its main benefits whenever you're using hyaluronic acid is it helps to reduce fine lines and wrinkles on the skin. And my favorite and most important reason for using it personally is it helps with skin hydration. So it is something that I said the body naturally produces. However, you do reach a point in time where there's a reduction in that production of hyaluronic acid within the body. So that makes it necessary for you to have a topical application to help support the hydration of the skin. Now, in the support of that hydration of the skin, um, you want to make sure that you're not applying it to dry skin. So I'll back up and say this: hyaluronic acid comes in varying weights. It has varying molecular weights to it, not to get too sciencey with you guys. But so whenever you pick up your product, you want to make sure what type weight, or if you're going to purchase a hyaluronic acid product, try to look for something that has a multi weight hyaluronic acid ingredient application. And I'll tell you that's important because if it's a lighter weight hyaluronic acid, it will help to penetrate faster and deeper into the varying layers of the skin, offering that hydration that we're looking for on all levels, all layers. But if it's a heavier weighted, molecular weighted hyaluronic acid, it's still going to do its job. Don't get me wrong. But it's because of the weight of it, it's really going to sit right there on the surface of where you apply it. So for this example, we'll say we're applying it to the face. If it's heavier weighted, it's going to offer that intense hydration that you're looking for and expecting from it. It's going to give you that skin plumping and anti-aging benefit that it tends to offer as well. And it's going to also support skin healing. But all of that will only happen on the top layer of the skin. You will not get the benefit of it penetrating through and down into those other layers, which it's definitely needed there. So that's the importance that I want to make sure in pointing out to you in choosing a multi weight hyaluronic acid product. It can soothe dry skin, and lots of times people with acne and or dry skin loves hyaluronic acid to be a part of their arsenal, their skincare arsenal, for that very fact that it will get there and do the work and offer the hydration, or lock in the hydration that the skin is going to need to help them to feel comfortable. Because, of course, when your skin is dry and tight, it's irritable. If you're, let's just say, doing something as simple as yawning, or if you are laughing at someone or something that's funny, either of those, stretching of the skin when it's dry, is very uncomfortable. And so where hyaluronic acid comes in and serves as a major workhorse for the skin is, again, if it's heavier weight, it's going to be on the surface. Lighter weight, it's going to penetrate in. Either way, or both, will definitely offer hydration to be locked into the skin. Now, let's talk about how that hydration locking, how the hydration is locked into the skin. I mentioned earlier that whenever you use hyaluronic acid, you're going to need particularly a carrier or a vehicle or some sort of tool to get it into the skin. The easiest way that I can maybe, or the best tip that I can give to you in that case would be to instruct you to apply the hyaluronic acid to damp or wet skin. Hyaluronic acid's job is to trap in moisture, lock in the hydration, but it needs to attach itself to something to be able to get in. So if you apply the hyaluronic acid onto a dry skin or dry surface, that means it's literally going to, before it can go in, it's going to have to pull out the hydration or water that's already in the skin. Well, you're defeating the purpose then. You're working against yourself in a sense. So it will look for some sort of a vehicle to attach itself onto to be able to then get to work. When the skin is damp or wet, the water molecule that's there offers a bit of extra moisture, and that extra moisture will allow then the hyaluronic acid itself to be able to lock in and then trap the moisture onto the skin. Now, when you decide to use this product and you continuously use it on a dry surface, you're not going to see the benefits at all. I'll just be honest with you. The things I mentioned earlier about it helping to reduce the fine lines and wrinkles or offering the plumping of the skin, it's just not going to happen because it doesn't have anything to work with. It doesn't have a way to get in. It's just sitting there on the surface. When you do use it and you have the skin damp, as I'm instructing you to, honestly, after application, I would say maybe even within 15 minutes. Again, depending on the varying weights or if you have a mixed weight. So let's do this. Let's for the purpose of this particular recording, I want to reference it by saying if you use a mixed weight hyaluronic acid product, within about 15 minutes of application onto a damp skin or wet skin, you're going to see immediate results. Immediate. And that's what you want from your products. You don't want to just buy products and have them on your vanity to say, "Oh, I've got the latest and greatest," whatever the latest and greatest is. I don't do trends. If you know me, if you know anything about me, you know that I don't do trends. So I'm just speaking in terms of skin health, but you want to make sure that your product is doing what you need it to do on the skin. So in this case, with your hyaluronic acid, when you apply it within about 15 minutes, you're going to see the benefits of that product. And with consistent use of the product, you will naturally start to see your skin almost like a fitness routine. When you first start doing it, you don't really see shape and form. You just still see everything as it is. But repetitive actions over time, you start to see it taking shape. You start to see that form coming in. The very same thing when it comes to your skin health. When you're using quality products, in our case, we offer medical grade skincare. When you use those products and you develop a routine and you remain consistent with that routine, then you can start to see the benefits where it begins to enhance your skin's natural moisture barrier. And you'll find that you're having to use less and less of the product to gain and maintain the same results. So that's a plus, but it's always a little bit of of a work in the beginning to get the skin used to and adjust it to receiving the ingredient. Also, you'll find with consistent use of the hyaluronic acid that it will support your collagen and skin elasticity, and that's going to really benefit you in the event of that more youthful look. So you really don't have to work as hard as some of you are out here working to have the most vibrant, radiant looking skin. If one, you invest in quality products, two, you learn and understand the ingredients and the benefits of those ingredients within those products, and three, you show up consistently with your routine so that your skin can then show you that it's benefiting from it. Now, whenever I perform procedures like chemical peels or microneedling, things like that, I always apply hyaluronic acid to the skin because in a sense, I've traumatized the skin. So then I want to come back and make sure that I give it the proper hydration that it needs, and it will give me then and my client the results that we're looking for from that peel or from that microneedling experience. The next thing that I want to share with you, and again, you all, I can't cover every single thing. That's why it's all written out for you there. And when you get a chance, I want to invite you, go over to our website, YourSkinNurse.com, and take a look at the blog section and just search the history there for the hyaluronic acid. When you're applying it, you want to make sure that you know the proper order to introduce it into your skincare regimen. So, for example, with my acne clients, acne or aging management, I'll have you to cleanse your skin. Definitely for my acne clients, you'll ice. But after that icing, some clients may tone, some may not. Aging management clients may tone. After the toning process, as I said earlier, you want to make sure the skin is damp. That's the perfect time to slip that hyaluronic acid onto the skin, because after that toning or icing, if you don't have a toning step in your routine, the skin is damp. There's some moisture there that will serve as a vehicle for the product to grab a hold to and be able to find its way down into the layers. But you'll apply that hyaluronic acid on the damp skin, and it's just a few drops. So that's the other thing. You want to make sure that you're using the right amount of product, because using too much or too little can both work against you in your routine and your process. And as a skin coach, one of the things that I really pride myself in helping my clients to understand is exactly how much product you need to be using, because especially if I see that you're just blowing through product and you're calling back or you're on the site ordering and it's like you just ordered a bottle or you just had a bottle, and we talk about how long these products should last you, then that's something that I'll do a consult with you. I'll give you a call, a text, some form of communication, but I'll reach out. You'll definitely, if you're a client of mine, you'll definitely hear from me, and we talk about things like that, because in the past, I've had people to say, yeah, I saw that it started working, but I just figure if I use more of it, it'll just work faster. Your skin is an organ, and you need to allow that organ to function as it was intended to in the most healthy state as it can. A lot of this, I'll be honest with you, is marketing to get you to quickly run through your stuff so you can quickly run back and buy more. I am results driven. Yes, do I enjoy making money? I absolutely do. I try to live my best life with it. But I don't get a thrill out of seeing clients just waste money. That's a difference. So that's where I want to step in as your skin coach to be able to help guide you so that you can get the best bang for your buck. But also, I want you to, not just with your skin, but also with your money. So you'll apply that hyaluronic acid onto the skin after a toner or an icing routine, and that will help to seal the moisture in. Once you've done that, you can follow the hyaluronic acid with hopefully a good moisturizer and sunscreen. Those are going to be two important steps in your routine to make sure that you don't skip over. Also, you want to avoid overusing the hyaluronic acid because too much hyaluronic acid can lead to dryness if not paired with sufficient moisture, as it may draw water from deeper layers of the skin. And I'm giving it to you straight from what I wrote previously. So, key points that I want you to remember here is apply it on damp skin after cleansing and toning the skin. Always follow up with a moisturizer and sunscreen. And consistency is key for optimal results. I mean, it's just that simple. But from the questions we answered the other night at the event, I really felt compelled to circle back around and share this information. Again, for some of you, it may be the first time you're ever hearing it because I've had people to say, I've bought the product, not from here, obviously, but they bought the product and no one ever told them to make sure that they apply it to damp skin, or it wasn't on the direction of the packaging, or the commercial didn't even tell them to. So as your skin nurse, I'm going to tell you, there are great products out here, amazing ingredients, but if you don't understand what you're doing and how to do it, essentially just buy yourself a bag, cut the bottom of it out, and start tossing your money in that bag and watch it fall through. Because essentially that's what you're doing, tossing money into an empty bag or tossing money away on products that's not working for you. And that's the whole goal. If you're going to use it, know how to use it, apply it in the right way, and wait and watch for it to give you the results that it says it will yield you. Now, if you jump on this site, you'll see that I talk about different myths. I go a lot more deeper into details about the different molecular weights of hyaluronic acid. But the main thing I want to leave you with on today is when you're using your skincare, this skin is designed to age. This body is designed to age. As you're listening to various commercials and marketing out there, take a moment and do your research. Take a moment and sit with yourself, sit with your skin, get to learn your skin, and figure out the best option that works well for you to be consistent in application of products, why, how long, and what benefits you're going to get from them or what you're looking for. Live your best life, show up in the most amazing way that you possibly can, and the most confident way that you can. And don't be afraid to reach out to us here at Exubian Acne Clinic for additional information. Now, don't call me thinking you're going to get a free consultation over the phone, because you know how some of y'all go. But I don't ever have a problem answering a question or two. I am not able to answer specifically on other brands because I don't work for those brands. So let me say that I'm not being evasive with you, but I'll talk ingredient with you all day long. But I can't get into certain brands because I just don't work for them. And so I don't want to misrepresent a brand and then have their attorney showing up at my door. But we can definitely talk about ingredients and how that can help your skin. I want to thank you for your time today, and hopefully, you've gotten a few nuggets from this particular episode. But again, skin is the color I see, skin is the language I speak. I am Nurse Washington, your skin nurse. Be sure to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.